So, Kevin, what were your first impressions of Rare?
I hadn't got anything else to compare it to, so I just saw fast cars, ski holidays, people making video games, and I'd been playing video games, but I had no idea how to get into the industry. And it was just, as my career officer said to me when I said I wanted to get into that industry, you're living in cloud cuckoo land. So I found myself in cloud cuckoo land.
Tell us about your favourite day at Rare. So it's
be interpreted in many ways, couldn't it?
you can interpret however you wish, David.
Favourite day at Rare, I suppose finishing Donkey Kong Country 1, really.
And you can remember that sort of
I
moment.
remember that day because I was still trying to finish stuff off and I had to be dragged away from the computer. But I was also relieved that we'd actually finished it, and I was very apprehensive and excited to see the reception that was about to happen.
Wonderful. Great.
Well, it wasn't at the Rare premises, but it was during my time at Rare. And that was when myself and Robin Beanland went to Air Studios in London, which is a huge, prodigious studio, to record the Killer Instinct CD. Because at that point, I'd been in sort of dingy rehearsal studios and £20 a day or whatever it was. And this is one of the finest studios in England, and I just couldn't believe that I was there. And they'd said, "Oh yeah, you can. That's good enough for you to do." And I mean, I wasn't at the controls. Obviously, we had an engineer who knew what he was doing, but that was a once in a lifetime experience for me because it's never happened since.
Peaked early, but thank you very much, Greg. What about you, Grant? Favourite day?
I don't know really. I think it's a hard one. I don't know, the day that Graham said, "Would you like to work on GoldenEye?" Like, that's a pretty good day. I mean, I was working on the Game Boy at that point in time, doing converting Dave's music from DKSA2 to the Game Boy. And Graham got super busy on a couple of games and said, "Can you take over doing GoldenEye?" I was like, "It's fantastic." I couldn't believe it. I'm a massive Bond fan. And so it was agreed that I did Game Boy in the morning and GoldenEye in the afternoons. So, it was just fantastic. I mean, you can't believe that you get to mess around with the Bond theme, for God's sake, which is one of the best known themes in the world. I was a huge Bond fan and all the rest of it, so that was pretty spectacular.
Brilliant. Kevin, what about you? Your favourite day during your years at Rare?
I'll give you two. The first one would have been when we got the motion capture beta stuff for Killer Instinct, because it was just, we really are now in movie territory because we'd seen all this stuff happening on TV. But the other thing, what happened, they bought me a car for my 17th birthday. And I'd spent the day ill because I had a karate competition the day before and I'd been knocked about a bit. And so I lay upstairs at the top floor. Tim and Carol said, let him just lie. So I lay upstairs, and then I said, "By the way, can you come down now?" It was 5 o'clock and there was a red Peugeot with a ribbon around it. It was a company car, but and it was really just a way of getting me in more, but it was a brand new car sitting outside the car park.
Wonderful memories. Thank you so much. Okay, chaps, let's see our next one.